Okay, so this week's homework is looking at a numeracy paper. We've got the numeracy mock coming up at the end of this half term, and this is going to be a feature of the homeworks over the next couple of weeks leading up to the actual exam, that you'll have numeracy as well as maths papers to complete. Please make sure you've picked up a numeracy revision list ready for the exam. Your maths teacher should have one. If not, Mr. Lloyd has definitely got spare copies. So, going straight into question number 1. Ponte-Ddraig Dragon's Bridge opened in Rhyl Harbour in autumn 2003. The harbour development cost 9.8 million. 4.3 million of this money was spent on the bridge. How much was spent on the rest of the harbour? Well, if we do a quick calculation of 9.8 million, take away 4.3 million, 5.5 million was spent on the rest of the harbour. 5.5 million written as an ordinary number, we're going to need a million has 6 zeros, so we're going to need 5, that's one of the zeros if you like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're looking for 5.5 million, so I'm looking for 5 and 5 zeros, and I found it. There it is. Question B. A newspaper at the time said the bridge provides the final link in 15 miles of traffic-free cycling across Conwy and Denbighshire. Write 15 miles in kilometres. Well, the first thing you need to remember is that 5 miles, not given to you in the exam, this is a fact you've got to remember, is equal to 8 kilometres. Learn it, it's a fact. And then if we want 15 miles, I can think that this has been made 3 times bigger. So then we'd make this 3 times bigger, and that's going to give me 24 kilometres. So 24 kilometres is going to be my answer. Question C. The height of the mast on the bridge is 148 feet. Use the conversion of 1 foot is 30 centimetres. 1 foot is 30 centimetres. Calculate the height of the mast in metres. So that's going to be 148 feet multiplied by 30. That's going to tell me how many centimetres that is going to be. And then I'll have to divide that by 100 to turn it into metres. So 148 times 30 to start off with. Now I don't have a calculator, this is a non-calculator exam. So the very first thing that I would do is I would think of 148 times 3. 148 times 3 can be worked out in a variety of ways. Any way that you choose to do it, I'm going to get 444. So 148 times 3 was 444. But because of that 10 that's also there, that's 4,440 centimetres. We're asked to give this measurement in metres. So I have to change that to metres. Dividing it by 100. Come into spaces, 44.4 metres for my final answer. Question 2. 4 different supermarkets have special offers on the price of lemons. Cost for Go, Edges Mart, Food, and Greenway. And I can see the special offers there. Aled needs 6 lemons to make lemon cakes for a birthday party. In this part of the question, you will be assessed on your organisation, so making sure to include units on your answers, labelling each of your calculations, and making sure that it's organised in some logical manner. Aled only has time to go to 1 supermarket. Calculate how much Aled would pay in each of the supermarkets, and then decide in which supermarket will he be able to get the lemons he needs for the least amount of money, and show your workings out. So we will need to break this down into the 4 supermarkets, so make sure you label it. Cost for Go for the first one. The lemons usually 40 pence each. Now on offer, it says here buy 3 for the price of 2. So for the cost for go, when we want to buy 6 lemons, we will buy 3, pay for 2. So you buy 3, but you only pay for 2. So if you buy 6, you only pay for 4. So we would need to pay 4 times 40 pence. 4 fours, 16, £1.60, or 160p, whichever way you want to think about it. So I've labelled that cost. Now the next one I'm going to work out is edges. So I'm labelling this calculation edges. A net of 4 lemons is 75p. Now I'll have to buy too many. You have to buy 2 nets. So if I buy 2 nets of lemons, that's going to be 75p times 2. That's going to cost me £1.50 or 150p. And I've bought 8 lemons, and I only needed 6, so I do have some space. Next one, food uno. So I'm going to call it food. And the offering food is 5 lemons for 76p. So I'll have to buy 2 nets again. 76p times 2. That's going to cost me £1.52 or 152p. Depends how you work it out. But obviously I've got 10 lemons and I only need 6. So I've got quite a lot left over. And then the last one that I'm going to is Greenway. So the lemons are only 26 pence each, no special offer. So I'd need to buy 6 of them at 26 pence each. So my workings out, that's going to be 6 times 20, 6 times 6, 6 20s, 156p. So £1.56 or 156p. So now that I've worked out the cost of all the lemons in the different shops, my conclusion to the question, in which supermarket will he be able to get the lemons he needs for the least amount of money? My conclusion is that he should shop at Edges Mart. There it is, £1.50. He should shop at Edges Mart for the cheapest lemons. Okay. More space there if you needed it. It says Alid can use any leftover lemons to make muffins. Which supermarket gives the best value for money? This is changing it to the objective a little bit. So we are looking for it to give you the best value for money. So as I come back over here, and I think now that at cost for go, I had 6 lemons. In Edges Mart, for my 2 packets of lemons, I actually had 8. At Food Uno, I bought 10. I had 10 lemons for £1.52. And in Greenways, I had the exact number, 6. So for an extra 2 pence, I can get 10 lemons instead of the 8 lemons. So for £1.52, I'll have 4 lemons left over. So my thinking is, which supermarket gives the best value for money? Food Uno, because for £1.52, 2 pence extra, he will have 4 spare lemons instead of 2. So that means that he can do a lot more cooking. Okay, so just for an extra 2 pence, he's going to have 4 lemons instead of 2 left over to make muffins. Okay, question 3. Mehmet needs a new fence for one end of his garden. Fences are constructed using panels and posts. Yep, you can see that in the picture. Posts are needed between each fence panel and at both ends. How many posts are needed for a fence made of 34 panels? Circle your answer. Well, this picture has 3 panels and I can see that they actually need 4 posts. So there's one more post than there is the number of panels. So if I had 34 panels, then I'd need 35 posts. Mehmet wants a new 1.5 metre high fence for his garden. The fence panels come in different lengths. The posts Mehmet wants to use are the same size. Mehmet has the following information. And the fence he wants to make is 8.5 metres long, including the posts. He started to sketch the plan below. He needs to use 5 posts. Work out one possible choice of panels that he could use. You may use the plan to help you. Calculate the total cost of the posts and panels for his choice. Okay, so there may be more than one option. We know that we need to make an 8.5 metre long fence, and that includes the posts, and we know that he's going to use 5 posts. So if we turn back a page and we see that the posts here are 10 centimetres wide, and we know he's going to use 5 of them, we know that the 5 posts, 10 centimetres wide, is going to take up 50 centimetres of the fence. So 8 metres of panels are needed to finish off the fence, make sure there's no gaps. So if we now think about the 8 metres of panels, we can see that we've got different priced panels, different sizes, and if we're going to buy them from different panels, we know that we need 5 of these. We just talked about that. But now we need 8 metres worth of panels. What would we want to buy? So I think that I would go for 2 of these. So that would give me 5 metres. So I'm going to go for 2 times 2.5 metres. That's 5 metres worth of panels, and I need another 3 metres. So then I'm going to go for a 2 metre and a 1 metre, costing me one of those and one of those. So a 2 metre, 1 times 2 metre, and 1 times 1 metre. So I've got my 8 metres worth of panels, and then I've got the costs involved. So what are they going to cost me? I'm going to have 5 lots of £14 for the posts, 5 times 14, and then I'm going to have 2 of the £40 ones, 130 and 118. So 2 of the £40 ones, 1 of the 30 and 1 of the 18. £70 for the posts, 80, 30 and 18. So the total cost, because the question here said calculate the total costs are going to come in at 8, 7 and 8 is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, £198. Okay, it costs 2 pence to paint each 100 centimetres squared on a fence post. How much will it cost to paint 4 vertical sides of a fence post? Let's have a look at the fence posts. So the fence posts are 10 centimetres by 1.5 metres. So a fence post is 10 centimetres by 1.5 10 centimetres by 1.5 metres. It costs 2 pence to paint 100 centimetres of this fence post. How much would it cost to paint 4 of these sides? Well, first of all, the area of one side will be, be very careful, This is in metres. This is in centimetres. Let's change them both to centimetres before we start. So 10 multiplied by 150. One side of this fence post is 1,500 centimetres squared. So that would be painting one side. We've got 4 sides. So the total area of the 4 sides is 4 of that. So 4 15s are 60. 6,000 centimetres squared. Every 100 centimetres squared is going to cost us 2 pence. How many 100s are there in our 6,000? Cancel 2 zeros. 60. So it's going to take 60 lots of 2 pence. So cost equals 60 lots of 2 pence, which is £1.20 or 120 pennies.